Miss British Virgin Islands drives away with a 2019 Tucson. CCT donates 10 tablets to HLSCC and iPhone 11 officially launched.
Leader of Her Majesty's Royal Opposition joins us to talk the UK loan agreement, RDA, and much more. Italy is prepared to pay you $27,000 to move there, and your weekly arrest blotter. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages.
Hi, I'm Henderson Tittle, founder and president of Mail, and you're watching 284 Media. The journey continues.
Welcome everyone. It's Friday, September 13th, 2019, and I'm Javon Wilson. This is 284 News. The newly crowned Miss British Virgin Islands today drove away with a state-of-the-art Hyundai Tucson, one of the many perks afforded for securing the most prestigious pageant title in the territory. For quite a number of years, Tortola Auto Group, also known as TAG, has remained the premier sponsor of the Queen's most exclusive prize. And according to the sales manager, Mr. Gordon French, Hyundai is the #1 selling brand in the BVI for 3 consecutive years, and as such, is the perfect fit for a queen. Let's take a look at the handover ceremony that happened just about an hour ago.
Education and Culture, on behalf of the Virgin Islands Festival and Fairs Committee team, and on behalf of Miss Alicia Ham, which is the chairperson for the Miss British Virgin Islands, I want to present to Miss Bria Smith, British Virgin Islands, the 2019, the keys to the 2019 Hyundai Tucson.
Woo!
Okay.
No. Check in the back.
The 2019 Hyundai is an upgraded model. It is a 2.0 40W SUV that carries sensors, a host of modern features, including a backup camera, backup sensors, Bluetooth, rear AC, a drive mode select, volume control on the steering wheel, plus the new Tucson also has an upgraded front grille which sets it above and beyond older models. Mr. Carnell Klein, the chairman of the Festival and Fairs Committee, was ecstatic about the upgrade and expounded a bit on the relationship shared between his committee, TAG, and also Nagico. Listen in.
It's indeed an honor and privilege for the British Virgin Islands Festival and Fairs Committee to partner with Tortola Auto Group. Mr. Gordon French and his team over there, we want to say thank you. And they made it possible for Miss BVI, Miss Bria Smith, to be driving off in a 2019 Hyundai Tucson. I know in the past, it used to be cars. They used to drive away with the Miss BVI contestant when I used to drive away with cars. This year, we decided to step it up a bit and have them drive away with an SUV. with the type of terrain that we have. When Nagico heard about it too as well, they decided to jump on board too as well and provided 1 year free complimentary comprehensive service for 1 year. So definitely it's a incentive for other young ladies to who want to aspire to become an ambassador, aspire to obtain a prestigious title such as this one, to jump on board. Definitely the prizes are definitely worth it. So we want to thank the Tatola Ata Group, Nagico, and as well as looking forward to continuous relationships with them in the coming years.
This is another great instance where we see corporate BVI really stepping up to the mandate, and our queen, Bria Smith, couldn't be any happier. She said she's pretty excited about her new ride. We want to extend hearty congratulations, of course, on behalf of Team 284 Media. Enjoy that car, girl. Viewers, as promised, we have in studio Leader of the Opposition and Representative for the 8th District, Honorable Marlon Penn, to discuss the public consultations, of course, that was done for the UK loan guarantee, RDA, and so much more. Take it away, Ron.
Honorable Penn, welcome to 284 Media, and thank you for taking this time out.
Thank you for having me, Ron.
With so much going on in the territory and so much at risk, why did you and your team think it best to bring these community meetings to the general public and have these discussions? What is your vision and your hope for the meetings?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here, Ron. It's a pleasure to come in your studio and have a conversation with the people of the Virgin Islands about these very important issues. The issues that we're discussing right now is the whole issue of the RDA, the issue of the loan guarantee, and more specifically, most recently, some developments that happened in the House of Assembly recently, where the Premier read back and forth on letters between him and the UK, is that we're concerned about the relationship between BVI and United Kingdom. You saw where the governor's boss, Ben Merrick, who is the head of the FCO office in overseas territories, wrote to the Premier and made those documents and asked that the letter between him and the Premier be made public. That to us signals a breakdown in the relationship, especially on the heels of so many serious headwinds that our country is facing, specifically in relation to our financial services industry. You have the issue of beneficial ownership, which has been an issue and a topic for some time now. The issue of the Brexit, and the UK right now is going through their own challenges as it relates to Brexit and all the issues with the EU. The issue of economic substance is another major issue that we need support from an international affairs point of view to be able to handle and navigate these very, very, very troubling issues to our financial services.
Now, what was your, as you read the letter, what was your thought about the tone?
It seems like fed up in terms of the back and forth from Ben Merrick, and we thought that it signaled a breakdown in the relationship between both our Premier and the overseas territory, the UK in general. And we thought it was important for us to come to the public and express to the Premier that, look, I think we need to take our time and do things differently.
Okay. No, the Premier is, of course, along with his delegation and the Governor in the United Kingdom as we speak. Did you have an opportunity to speak with the Premier prior to his travel?
We had an informal meeting. It wasn't on that specific topic. Okay. We had some different topics that we discussed. But we tried to have a conversation in terms of the specifics surrounding the conversation between him and the UK. As
Leader of the Opposition, what are you most concerned about as it pertains to the meeting and the negotiations?
At the end of the day, Ron, the country needs to move on. Okay. We've 2 years past Hurricanes Irma and Maria. We've made some headways as far as the private sector has done tremendous work in terms of the recovery and getting things back up and running. Businesses are up and running. They've made donations to the schools and different infrastructure development, but we've been stagnant in terms of public sector.
And why do you think that is?
We just have to get the recovery going. During 2018, we borrowed $65 million from the CDB to start the process of the recovery and getting our infrastructure back up and running, getting our economy back up and running. The issue of housing is a critical issue where persons have been displaced, and many persons were unable to access grants to get their homes back up and running. We're in the heart of a hurricane season again, and we still haven't reached as many persons as we should have in terms of getting their lives back together. But chief among all of these is the economy. We have to be forthright, we have to be forceful in getting the economy going, specifically with the challenges that financial services is facing. If we have a 10%, 20% dip in financial services revenue, that's a serious challenge for us as a territory. Our budget, as it is quite strapped. It's heavy loaded, where we have majority or more than 2/3 of the monies that we get in our budget goes to recurrent expenditure. That is to pay salaries, to pay for rent, to pay for pensions, and pay all those things that are recurrent expenses. And we need to start to look at how can we diversify our economy. In order for us to do that, we need funds to go into new areas in tourism, go into new areas in financial services. We talk about fintech and those areas. So there are a lot of things that we need to do, but we just have to get on with the work.
Now let's talk about the UK loan agreement for a second. For perhaps the average citizen who might not understand the nitty-gritties of the said loan, can you explain to them in layman's term, what are we getting into particularly?
Really what happened, Ron, is that after the storms of Hurricane Irma and Maria, the Premier at the time led a delegation to the UK to find ways in which, how can we get our territory repaired or back up and running, and how can we get our economy moving again? There was a lot of uncertainty in terms of infrastructural damage. How will we get our economy moving again? So one of the things that the UK offered to us was $10 million pounds in grants, and $300 million pounds in loans. What that is an explicit guarantee that says, okay, this money that we're giving you is for your recovery and your development. And part of that condition was the RDA set up a structure separate and apart from the government structure that would run and deal with the actual redevelopment of the country. But the reality is, though, Ron, is that we have no obligation to borrow all of that money. We can manage our recovery in phases, but it gives the country an additional option in which they could access capital from the capital markets that are backed by the UK, meaning that we get more preferential rates based on the UK's backing.
Is it a sellout?
No, it's not. It's actually a support, because the reality is that if we want to borrow money today, we still have to go through the UK. There's a thing called the medium-term fiscal plan, which we have a 3-year budget cycle. And if we want to do any capital developments in that 3-year span, the UK has to approve the loans and whatever borrowing we are seeking to do any kind of development. So if we decide not to take this £300 million, we still have to, if we want to redevelop the country, have to go through a process of accessing loans.
Understood.
And those loans would probably be at a higher interest rate because you don't have the explicit support or backing of the UK as they are doing now under this guarantee.
Let's talk RDA really quickly. In the past few weeks, the Premier himself seems to be at a little bit of odds as it pertains to the role of the RDA. What are your thoughts?
I believe there's some challenges that we've expressed even when we were passing RDA legislation, but RDA is the law of the land. And the Premier has specific concerns with the RDA. The proper process is to go through the House of Assembly. Come sit down with the legislator of this territory. Let's outline where we have some challenges. And then we take it to the House of Assembly and make the necessary amendments. The RDA was set up to be sort of an implementation arm, an arm that helps to quickly execute projects that we need to move forward, the physical infrastructure. And the reality is, though, Ron, is that the RDA cannot do anything unless it's directed by the Cabinet in Council through the House of Assembly, because the Cabinet is the one that approves the plan, brings it to the House of Assembly for ratification.
Understood.
So the RDA only could do what is directed by the government of the day and through the House of Assembly. So at the end of the day, if the priorities have changed, the Premier needs to come back to the House of Assembly and say, look, we've changed our priorities. We are not going with the plan that was there previously. We want to make some adjustment or amendments to the plan. And he has the authority as the Premier of the territory and come to the legislative arm and say, look, We're changing these priorities because of X, Y, Z, and this is the direction that we're going down.
Understand.
And
No,
get that support.
in the past, the last sitting of the House of Assembly, I believe, you made some very strong and stern statements in regards to the number of exemptions that were being issued, particularly as it pertained to the Honorable Carvin Malone. Walk us through where you're having some difficulties.
First of all, it wasn't specific to him as an individual. My concern was that I still believe that we're going down a slippery slope when we start having ministers who are part of the executive who make the decision, issuing, being exempted to get contract to do business with the government. When I was elected member in 2011, I myself had an exemption to work, not for central government, but for a statutory organization, which was financial services. I had just left financial services about a few months ago, and we were doing what we call the Virgin system. And I got an exemption to go back and support them to get that system. Hindsight is 2020. I went back to give back to my country, more so to get a contract, even though I wasn't required to do so. But when you're in and I was a backbencher at the time, right? But when you're in the executive members are the ones who make decisions about tendering projects, decisions throughout the ministries about projects that go out for tender. They have all the inside information about things and how they're done. It's a dangerous situation when executive members are exempting themselves to get contracts from government.
Now, one would say, should a businessman or businesswoman have to shut up shop just because they're in politics?
They shouldn't have to, but you have to make up your mind whether you want to be in business or you want to be in public life.
Okay.
I made a decision, and I only could speak for myself, when in 2011 I started an ICT company. I made a decision to, look, I am entering public life. I want to make sure that I'm transparent in my dealings, and I resigned. It was one of my friends, and I joined that company. I divulged all my interest in the company because you can't do both. It creates a conflict, and it creates unnecessary people, casting aspersions unnecessarily on whether you're dealing or whether you're doing it above board, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes it's just best to leave it alone.
I understand. Well, Honorable Minister, we thank you so much. And of course, there's lots more that we can talk about, but we have no problems having you back in studio again at any particular point. We thank you for your service, and we wish you all the best.
All the best. Thanks, Ron.
Absolutely welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, up next we have lots going on. CCT donates 10 tablets to the H. Lavey Stoutt Community College, and iPhone 11, it's out. We have all that and more when we return.
What are you really running for, boss? You could have bust a hole in your head. But see, with the competition, it's mean about to bust a hole in your pocket.
I could get my modem, please.
Anyhow, I got something huge to show you.
I gotta be sick in your head.
The whole on string bean, Tina kind of party. Check this. That's LTE1 for just about everyone. LTE2 for you and your boo. And hold on. Bam! Rate so low, you feel like you're free. That's LTE3 for you and the whole family.
Save even more on your internet with new pricing from CCT. Get LTE 2 now for only $149. Get LTE 3 for the new low price of $189. All packages are unlimited, so there's no overage charge. You don't have to run into Chaz for savings. Just stop by our store and sign up today. Come on over to CCT. Life Unlimited.
Hello?
Wait, you're the launch and care? You say you were sick? What happened to over the rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
All right, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.
You never put up a fight, no. Paradise Plum. Yeah, this is Naomi Cowan representing for 284 Media. Keep it locked and don't go anywhere. Stay sweet.
Viewers, welcome back. Jovan, that was quite a bit of information we received from the Honorable Leader of the Opposition as it pertains to some very potent information.
Yes, much clarity. I mean, it was quite a mouthful indeed, and I like that you guys were able to cover quite a number of topics, and not just the RDA, which is a pressing topic at the moment.
CCT has made a significant contribution of 10 Logic T10B tablets to the H. Lavity Stoutt Community College New Digital Learning Platform Initiative yesterday, Thursday, September 12, 2019. CCT's CEO, Mr. Everett Penn, said, "We are thrilled to be a part of this initiative to enhance the learning experience while making learning more affordable for students. With this contribution, students will benefit tremendously with the Logic T10B tablets, providing students in need with unlimited access to the college's online learning platform on and off campus," Mr. Penn added. Vice President of the H. Lavity Stoutt Community College and head of this initiative, Dr. Richard Georges, said at the handing over that in keeping with our mission to provide higher quality of education and lifelong learning, that it is responsive to changing community needs, the global economy, and in evolving technology. It was essential that H. Lavity Stoutt Community College embarked on this initiative with textbook publisher Canarge to implement its subscription based on the ebook platform Unlimited. He further said, "I express deep gratitude and appreciation to CCT on behalf of the institution for supporting us with this initiative." In addition to this contribution, CCT's Back to School campaign held territory-wide wrapped up this Wednesday, September 11th on Just Van Dyke. CCT's Public Relations and Marketing Coordinator, Ms. Geraldine T. Hopkins, said, "We provided over 1,000 students with backpacks filled with school supplies, and it was heartwarming to see the students' response and appreciation, which really showed us that we are really meeting a need in this community." She said, "We intend to continue this campaign yearly, and we thank all for the support and welcoming us into their communities," Ms. Hopkins said. Now, the 2-week-long back-to-school drive was held from August 31st to September 11th on Tortola, Virgin Gorda, Anegada, and Just Van Dyke, along with presentations to Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center, Seacows Bay Methodist Church, the Elmore Stout Junior High School, and ZCCR radio station back-to-school drive. CCT was voted the best seller service provider in the BVI and is the BVI's premier 4G LTE network. To learn more about CCT BVI, visit them at www.cctbvi.com or the CCT BVI Facebook page. Lots going on with their contribution.
Aren't you proud
Absolutely.
of CCT?
Yeah.
Like, I love it. I think CCT really takes pride in giving back to our younger generation, and especially to the their educational pursuit. And we could even reflect on Nicole Hendrickson leaving recently. That's another arm, full scholarship. Full scholarship, of course, being sponsored by CCT. And of course, we had another employee who just signed on her online degree as well. So overall, taking pride and interest not only in the younger generation, but even persons our age, investing in human capital, which is very important for economic activity and just making the economy stronger and better. So I'm really proud. I'm really proud of CCT, Team CCT, because CCT is we. The much anticipated yearly refresh to the most important smartphone lineup on the planet.
It's here.
On the planet.
It's here.
Has arrived. The iPhone 11 is official, viewers. The iPhone headquarters on Wednesday unveiled the new smartphones, iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is an upgrade from last year's iPhone XR, XS, as well as the XS Max, will ship with the iOS 13, the latest mobile operating system from Apple, with a faster and more capable processor, and perhaps more importantly, much improved camera capabilities. Now, Ron, you know that's going to be my favorite part about the phone, right?
Well, I just want you to remember when you first joined us, we had to kind of convert you.
Right.
So, we're happy that you're on it.
I was a Samsung junkie, but I wasn't privy to the world of iPhone.
There you go.
Now I am, and I'm a big fan, okay? The enthusiasts, as you can imagine, have gone crazy, and starting just at $699, here's why you need to upgrade to the iPhone 11. is powered by Apple's A13 Bionic chip, which the company claims, is the iPhone's fastest processor yet and is significantly faster than any Android processor chip. Battery life has also improved, with the iPhone lasting about an hour longer on a single charge than the older iPhone XR, as well as about 4 hours longer than the iPhone XS. But the camera system might be the most impressive. There's now a pair of lenses on the rear of the phone which delivers both wide-angle and ultra-wide-angle photography, along with a new night mode. The new line also kicked off what it hopes to become the new photo-taking trend, and as you can see on the screen right now, the internet is raving about it. Viewers, it is called Slow-Fees, a slow-motion feature now added to your front camera, or what we call the selfie camera run. And according to Apple, everything looks cooler at 120 frames per second, even if you're just saying cheese, waving hello, or tossing your hair in the breeze. And now, of course, you can add more of everything to your selfies thanks to the 12 megapixel true depth camera. Just turn on your iPhone to landscape and the camera automatically zooms out to fit more in. So cool stuff for the iPhone fanatics. Now, in addition to that, Apple TV Plus will be launched on November 1st in over 100 countries for as low as $4.99 per month. And as you can imagine, giants like Disney, Netflix, Roku, they've already begun seeing reduced usage, and one of them down by almost 10%. Apple Arcade as well is only $4.99 per month with unlimited video game service for you video game freaks.
Yeah, good stuff.
So yes, this is a big game changer at super affordable prices, but it does get better than that. Since the launch of the new iPhone line, both the iPhone 8 as well as the XR, they were reduced to $449 and $599 respectively. So if you're looking for like a more cheaper option, a more affordable option, then there you have it. Now, Ron, the only bad thing about this rollout that I can acknowledge is the fact that I, Javon Wilson, last week had to go repurchase an iPhone, replace my iPhone XS Max.
Because you were doing some tourist stuff.
Right, I was doing some.
You were doing the moves.
Oh God, I did not expect it to go bad. Okay, so as a result of it, I got it damaged, and I just repurchased the same phone. But I'm so upset. Like, how the hell does iPhone decide that they're gonna roll out literally a couple days after?
How do you decide?
For half the price.
How do you decide that your phone is waterproof? But anyway.
Water resistant.
Yeah, waterproof, water resistant. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
I think iPhone may have sold me a dream. But anyways, moving right along. Officials have said that since the launch of the iPhone 6, which came out about 5 years ago, Ron, there has been a unit decline which resulted in a reduction of sales, but with the competitively priced new line, of course, the experts expect this to change. Pre-orders began today, so just in case you're thinking about a birthday gift, you know, my birthday's in less than a month, you know. Pre-orders began today, Ron. CCT, 284 Media, the whole team, hint, hint. And yes, they will start shipping out on September 20th. And of course, CCT will be carrying the line soon enough, so be sure to stay locked to the social media forums.
And check us out.
And how you can cash in on the new iPhone.
Most definitely. Up next, Italy is giving you a reason to move there and your weekly arrest blotter. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. You're watching 284 News.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Yes, BVI, this is your singer, Taurus Riley, T4000. Sing it, Kravitz. And you're watching 284 Media. Enough respect.
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching 284 News. Now, while most countries continue to fight mass immigration, Italian tongues in Moseley are willing to pay you a whopping $27,000 to move there. When Italian villages began selling houses for $1, it seemed too good to be true, but the latest offer from Italy is enough to make even that deal look like a ripoff. The region of Moseley, a wild, beautiful, but overlooked area that lies east of Rome, has announced that it will pay people more than $27,000 to settle in one of the 106 underpopulated villages in an effort to prevent their communities from dying. Anyone who takes up the offer will receive about 700 euros a month, which is about $770 US for up to 3 years, to help them settle in an area known for green pastures, olive groves, as well as snowy mountains. Now, there's a catch. They'll also have to commit, to starting a small business in order to contribute to local economy. I want my region to undergo a renaissance and avoid its authentic villages turning into ghost towns. And Anthony Tedeschi, a regional councillor who came up with the idea, told CNN Travel, he said, "We have to safeguard our roots." All of this, of course, is attributed to a depopulation crisis. Ron, he said, the goal is to breathe new life and to revamp the local economy. Newcomers are free to kickstart anything they please in order to get their financial support. A small inn, restaurant, bar, B&B, a tiny rural farm, artisan boutique, library, or shop selling local gourmet excellences. So thousands of people have left Moseley in recent years, as you can imagine. Official statistics say that the number of people living there has fallen by almost 9,000 since 2019, pushing the region's population to just 305,000. Young people, of course, they're moving on to bigger and better cities. And as a result of this new initiative that was launched on Monday, the local government has also pledged to dedicate $11,000 per month to develop the city culturally and socially to make it more economically attractive as well. So, Ron, you know what?
Don't get any ideas.
I'm
but
moving on up.
It does sound like a
to
good...
the east side.
The east side of Italy.
But I think it's super attractive. I mean,
it's very interesting.
Italy is a town that everybody wants to live in. It's a city everybody wants to go to. I mean, and they're paying you to go there? Ron, y'all better up my package.
You do your thing.
Here.
All right, and now our weekly arrest blotter, Deshaun Hodge, 19 of Humpton's Gut, arrested and charged for 3 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse with a girl under the age of 16. He was granted bail in the amount of $10,000. Marvin Gums, 42, of no fixed address, arrested and charged for theft. Adriel Richardson, 26, of Content, St. Thomas, USVI, arrested and charged for possession of a controlled drug, illegal entry, possession of proceeds of criminal conduct, failing to declare monies to customs, and engaging in smuggling. He remains in police custody. Mr. Gerard Hilaire, 62, of Smiths Bay, St. Thomas, USVI, arrested and charged for possession of a controlled drug, illegal entry, possession of proceeds of criminal conduct, failing to declare monies to customs, and engagement in smuggling. He also remains in police custody. Tiana Rogers, 23, of Chowell Estate, arrested and charged for cultivation of cannabis, disorderly conduct, common assault, 2 counts of indecent language, and harboring a person. Chris Mitchum, 27, of Chowell Estate, arrested and charged for cultivation of cannabis, overstaying landing permit, and giving false information to police. He appeared before the magistrate's court and was fined $1,000 plus 4 months at Her Majesty's Prison for overstaying land permit and $350 for giving false information. Deliano Johnny, 23, of King Garden Bay, arrested and charged for assault occasioning actual bodily harm and common assault. He was granted bail in the amount of $10,000. Kezia Gums, 25, of Seacoast Bay, armed with an offensive weapon and destroying property. She was granted bail in the amount of $5,000. Tyler Harrigan, 21 of North Sound, Virgin Gorda, arrested and charged for criminal damage. He was granted bail in the amount of $5,000. Enrico Harrigan, 28 of North Sound, Virgin Gorda, arrested and charged for criminal damage. He was granted bail in the amount of $5,000. We have a Dale Davis, 43 of Horse Park, arrested and charged for reckless driving. He was granted bail in the amount of $5,000.
Wow, quite a
busy
handful
week
there for the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force viewers. That's it for today's news, but we cannot leave before shouting out our very own Monet Richardson, the BVI's very own, as well as CCT's ambassador. She just dropped an electric, appealing, what else, Ron?
Hot, like steaming. I mean, it was
Can
just...
we say sexy?
Yeah, of
sexy.
course. It was a beautiful,
video,
beautiful...
really nice. Of course, by now you know Monet is an international recording artist. And then Dexter Daps, reggae superstar, dancehall superstar out of Jamaica. I mean, this is a major collaboration.
Yeah.
I know for quite a couple of months she was teasing us with bits and pieces of the song. Now it's official. The storyline in the song, I mean, the video quality, the capture, everything is just simply impeccable.
Indeed.
So we just want to shout out Monet Richardson. If you are yet to watch the video, go watch it on YouTube. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. It's called Inner the World. So yes, big kudos to our girl, Monet Richardson. Whatever you're doing this weekend, be sure to have fun. But be sure to like us as well on Facebook at 284 Media and on Instagram and Twitter at 284BVI. I'm Javon Wilson.
And I'm Ron Grant. Be sure to join us live every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. as we deliver honest and impartial news right here on 284 News. Happy Friday, everybody. Have a good one.
How may I assist you? Yes. You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power? Hello?
Wait, you're the launch and you say you were sick? What happened to over the rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
All right, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.
Hi, I'm Chandria Nicole Turnbull, 2019 Mrs. British Virgin Islands, and you are tuned into 284 Media. Thanks for watching.